We're starting in 5 minutes, boys.
Okay, thanks, Juanma. Really excited for the show today. Hopefully it's going to be a good one. Whoa, look at this. Jimmy the Bag, a message from Gabe Morency. I wonder what this could all be about. Let's take a look at this, Jim.
What's up, Pete? I got good news and I got bad news. Good news is I'm coming to San Jose, Costa Rica. We're going to be kicking it live. It's going to be an awesome betcast, Super Bowl 52. The bad news is if I don't do well on the tables, I might have to borrow a couple of bucks and I might have to sleep on your couch. But either way, we're going to tear it apart, man. Super Bowl 52, live from Costa Rica. See you there, Pete.
Uh-oh, Jimmy the Bag. Gabe Morency is going to be joining us for our Super Bowl podcast. This is scary and exciting at the same time. Jimmy the Bag, what do you think? Are you looking forward to this?
Very much so, man. It's not a party unless Gabe Morency's down here.
You think you can handle hanging? You think you can survive an entire Super Bowl in the same room with Gabe Morency?
Super Bowl day's the only day you're allowed to get day drunk. You're allowed to get all fucked up. It's part of the fucking celebration.
I just had a brainstorm. You know, it'd be a great idea is if Donnie Rightside came down here too. You think he'd be willing to come down?
Check this shit out. I'm way ahead of you, Pete.
No way.
Hey, Jimmy, I'm in. Send me down there. Costa Rica, let's do it. February 4th, Super Bowl Sunday, live betcast. We'll be there before, during, and after the game, breaking it all down. Let's win some money.
All right, well, it looks like we're going to have a full house for the Super Bowl Betcast, the official SBR Super Bowl Betcast. There's going to be Jimmy, me, and Donnie, and Gabe, all powered by BetOnline, and it's going to start at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, Super Bowl Sunday, February 4th. Jimmy the Bag, are you psyched?
Psyched, man. Let's get that cash.
Sportsbook Review's Super Bowl Betcast is brought to you by BetOnline.
Okay, hi, welcome to SBR Sports Picks. My name is Peter Loshak. His name is Jimmy the Bag. This is Loshak the Bag Show for Thursday, January 25th, the 6 o'clock Eastern Time edition. We are in the heart of the ill college things that I'm liking here in college basketball, and of course we review the line moves from the massive NHL card. Jim, I reviewed all the NHL picks that we made. I'm kind of liking overall the picks that I've got going in NHL tonight, overall as a group.
I like him too. Somebody asked me what my best 3 picks were, and it was the same thing as a couple nights ago where I was like, man, I got 5 puck lines. Just pick your 3 favorites.
Yeah.
If the right one hits, all you need to do is go 1 for 3 and you make a tiny profit. You go 2 for 3, you make a good profit. You go 3 for 3, you can call people asshole for no reason.
Yeah, I think I'm liking them all roughly. You know, I mean, definitely liking Pittsburgh. Someone in the chat this morning predicted a shutout by the Pittsburgh goalie. So I like the Pittsburgh team total over, the Pittsburgh puck line that I took, the San Jose -1 line. I'm liking that one. I'm liking some of those first period unders that I took, the Winnipeg Anaheim one, the Columbus Arizona one. I like the Dallas under at 6. Just in general, I'm feeling like I'm going to have a positive day in the NHL, and I don't exactly remember what your picks were, but feeling like we were on some of the same sides, and you're going to have a good day in NHL as well.
DK mentioned, sorry to interrupt, but DK mentioned that he thinks that Predators is his favorite play of the night, and man, do I love that play, getting a plus 231 on that spot against a Devils team that's broken, desperately waiting for the All-Star break. Taylor Hall is not going to be playing. Do we find out? I guess I need to find out. Sorry, I need to find out exactly who. I forgot to check who is in goal now. Did Schneider say is Schneider going to be able to play? Because I didn't think he was going to.
I did not check that one, but all right. So I guess let's jump right in. Let's move on to college basketball. All right, Jimmy the Bag.
Oh, it's Appleby. Yeah, I think we're going to make some fucking money.
All right, maybe I will tail you on that one. Let's move to college basketball with a massive card. I don't even know where to start. A few plays that I took. I'll start off with one that just seems like a little bit weirdly. I don't understand. William and Marion Towson, right? These teams go high scoring, and I'm not exactly sure why the total isn't at least a little bit higher. I will definitely put the first half over on that one. I bet that one. Wow! Once again, that total is headed down. And the last time this happened, the first half totals did go under. So maybe I should just stick to the full game over here. I'm going to take the full game over here on William and Mary Towson. I bet the full game and the first half over. It's 154 minus 110 at BOL. If that one loses, that's okay. But I see no reason why this game shouldn't be high scoring again. Towson over 154 minus 110. We'll start with that one for me. Jimmy the Bag, why don't you hit us with a pick?
Well, Native Queen is likes the first half over on that play. So
and it's just I don't understand why that total is headed down. It's headed down pretty significantly. It's now 72.5 plus 102. So some pretty serious money coming in on the first half total on that game. And I don't understand.
Luke Charleston says Towson plays tough and can score. I like Towson and over full game. game. Native Queen now uses capitals and says first half will go over. Damon Bellard says, yeah, and no injuries on Will and Mary. I can't trust William and Mary's shooting. And because of the volatility and how ridiculous when they'll go off, they'll completely shut down and go cold. I didn't even bother capping that game and left it alone.
I really don't understand why that first half total is headed down the way it is. It's now down to 72.5 in a few places, 73. All right, Jimmy the Bag, why don't you hit us with a play you're liking here?
I will for sure, but just one more point on that. JP Fahey says, I'm on Towson team over.
Okay.
So that should make you feel... and Hardio says, I think Big Man was on Towson over as well. A play that I fell in love with today and I'm doubling up on is Hofstra. I'm on Hofstra first half and Hofstra full game. When these teams met up in Boston on January 3rd, Hofstra shot just 23% from three, 170. Wright Foreman and Eli Pemberton each played the entire game, combined to put up 40 points, 11 boards, 6 assists, 4 steals. Northeastern's guards have a tough time going shot for shot with them. They're just not as skilled as these guys. Then you have Lithuanian 6'9", 260-pound senior Rokas Gustis. He dominated this game on the glass. He secured 13 boards to go along with 15 points. Hofstra out-rebounded them by 11 and will do the same tonight. Back home, and I think this is now some people mentioned that Northeastern might be in a revenge spot, but I went over that Hofstra game. They did not play well, and they won that game. And Northeastern hit a 3-point buzzer beater. It really should have been 71-67 in that game. JP Fay says, yes, Jim, Hofstra could be another bounce pass from you to me like Hughes was last night. That's great. I love hearing that JP's with me. That gives me more confidence, and I doubled up on this game, first half and full game.
Yeah, that was a pick that I made as well. I bet that one, Jim, and I'm going to take that one too. So what do you want, the first half or full?
I want
full
both.
Game? All right, I'm going to double up too, but I might take the money line just because it's annoying to me that it's just 2.5. It's up to 2.5 now. All right, the first half will give you -1, -115. That's the current line at a whole bunch of places. -1, -115. I'll take that one as well. Hofstra first half -1, -115, and then the full game is it opened at 1.5. I got 2 when I bet it. It's now up to 2.5, and I guess we'll give you -2.5, -106 on that one at Pinnacle. -2.5, -106. Let me see what the money line would be there. -140.
Native Queen's running with me. Likes Hofstra first half and first half over and full game over, and then Mutt Beast comes in and says over 150 in Hofstra.
All right, let me just let me find the Hofstra. I think I'm going to take the money line here, which will be -140. Yeah, I'll take it. I don't think I'm going to get burned. I'm going to take the money line -140 just in case it's a fucking overtime game and Hofstra wins by 2 or something like that. All right, Jim's going to take Hofstra -2.5, -106 on the first half, -1, -115. I'm on the first half and the full game money line -140, which is a little bit of a weak sauce thing to do, but I'll take it anyway. I agree with that one, Jim. That was a play that I was maybe going to give. Great to hear that you did your research on that one and liked it. One play that I was going to give, but has moved strongly against me. I don't know if you looked into that. UT Arlington. We talk about UT Arlington a lot here. I was going to give the over on that one, but it's down to 143. I bet the first half over pretty big at 68. It's now down to 66.5. Did you look at that game at all, Jim?
No, I left the Texas Arlington Georgia State game away. I've had a tough time figuring out Arlington, and I had a really nice read on them early in the year and lost it somehow, so I left that game alone. What I decided to do today was I didn't bother with the ranked teams. I just tried to take the games and teams that I feel comfortable with and have a rhythm with and just focus on them. And so I left Texas Arlington out.
Well, I don't know what the hell's up with this line movement here. Maybe there's a whole bunch of fixed games going on here, but I will take. I'll take the first half over. I bet it pretty big. I was going to give it at 68. It's now down to 67 plus 100 at Bet Online. Heritage is even at 66.5, but I'll give that one first half over 67 plus 100. Not sure what's up with this line movement, but I will give that one, and I'm leaning full game over as well. Not sure what's up with that line movement either. All right, why don't you hit us with a pick, Jim?
Sure. I'll just take, maybe I should just go down in order on my sheet here. I am on the SMU at Connecticut under. Connecticut is ranked 300th in the nation at 68.4 points per game and 348th, averaging just 9.7 assists. They have no distribution whatsoever. They will have a very difficult time with SMU's 5th-ranked defense. UConn lost their last 2 games to Memphis and Villanova by a combined 44 points. SMU had a very good week winning at Wichita State and beating Tulane, but lost star guard and leading rebounder Jerry Foster for the season. Their scoring will go down and their defensive intensity will have to go up. I think they will defend the perimeter even with more aggression and more intensity because of losing Foster. I think it will be a tight game, and the boys, Twatty Latte and Max ran numbers, and it just felt like a really nice place.
They agreed with you?
They agreed with me, and Twatty Latte ran the numbers at 70-56 SMU, and that was could be enough for some people just to take SMU straight up, but I like the under. That was about 7 points under the actual total.
That was a pick of mine as well. It was not a top level pick; it was a second level pick. So I probably wasn't going to wind up making it a pick here. But I will, if all you guys like it enough. And again, this is like a lean for me, so my leans tend to be better than my actual picks. I'll take it too. UConn under minus 132.5 minus 110 is what we're going to get here.
Oh, beautiful! Native Queen is on it. So is Mr. Gogster. They're
nice.
both on it.
Very nice. Yes. And again, this was a pick of mine, but it was a second level pick. But those second level picks a lot of times are better than my top level picks. So I'll be on that one as well. 132.5 minus 110 is the line we're going to get.
Great.
All right. Let's get to another one. Well, another one. This is a total that moved in my favor. I did like the overs in Morehead State and Murray State. I bet the first half over at 66.5, and that is now up to where is that one? That's now up to. No, I think I got it at 66. I don't remember where it was, but yeah, it opened at 65. Now up to 66.5 or 67, and I do like that one. I will take that one as well. The Murray State first half over. I might throw on the full game overs with all these first halves I'm taking as well. But first half over, 66.5 minus 110. A little higher than I bet it at. I think I got it at 66, but it's nice to see that one is headed over, and I kind of like the full game over on that one. And I'll throw on the full game over as well. It is 141.5 minus 110. Is the best line too. 141.5 minus 110. That one is definitely headed up, and some places have 142. I'll take 141.5 minus 110 at Bookmaker and the Greek. All right, Jim, why don't you hit us with a pick also?
I am on the Arkansas State at Coastal Carolina under. Arkansas State is a very bad team with no distributor. They get no easy buckets. When they play a team with a good guard, a good point guard, they get destroyed. They were credited with just 7 assists against UT Arlington with a good point guard. Senior Coastal Carolina point guard Jalen Shaw, 15.2 points per game, 5.4 assists per game, will completely control the pace. He's a senior. He knows exactly what he's doing. Carolina plays their best at a slower pace, and they will not allow any easy buckets for Arkansas State. And I am on the under. That was also a pick that I made, Jim, and that was actually a top-level pick, which might not necessarily be a good sign, although maybe it is just a great sign. All over the place right now, 147.5, 148, 148.5. U-Wager, which is the line I bet it at, still has 149, so we will give you that one under 149, and I am on that one as well. Coastal Carolina under 149 minus 110. I agree with you on that one, and what do you think about doubling up on the first half under as well? I was thinking about doing that. I did bet it a little bit. No real opinion, right? No, I think. What is the number? 70. I think let's just stick with the full game under on that one. I think I'd feel comfortable just singling it out. Yeah. Yes. All right, let's move on to another play that I was liking. Let me see. Let me find some plays that I was liking here. Let me find a play. All right. Well, the Quinnipiac Marist game. I was definitely leaning Marist, and I don't understand why the line has moved in a little bit in Quinnipiac's favor. They opened as a 2-point road dog, now down to pick'em or -1 at some places, but I think Marist more likely than not is able to pull this one out, and I will take that one. I'm not going to double up on it. I'll just take it on the full game. I'll take Marist pick'em -106. That's the currently best line at Pinnacle. Marist pick'em plus 106. I'll throw that one on there as well. All right, Jim, what else do you want to add onto your picks, and your slate here? I am going to add on another. It's my second double up. I'm taking Ohio State on the first half and the full game. I do not trust Penn State on the road. I do not trust Penn State when they deal with any kind of adversity. Chris Holtmann has done an excellent job in his first year. This is their 4th game in 8 days, which is a little concerning. Junior Keita Bates Diop is playing extremely well at just 6'7", 235 pounds. He constantly outplays bigger players in and around the paint, averaging 19.7 points and 8.8 boards. He combines with 6'9", 270-pound freshman Caleb Wesson very nicely. Wesson, 11.3 points, 5.3 boards. I have been very disappointed in Lamar Stevens and Mike Watkins. They will provide a challenge. I mean, I can't take every, but I've just been so disappointed watching them. When I watched them have such a difficult time at Minnesota with the Gophers' best 2 bigs injured, it made me stop believing in them. And then they lost their last 3 road games: Maryland, Indiana, and Northwestern. You know who's better than those 3 teams? A lot better. Ohio State. They're going to have a tough time tonight. I'm on Ohio State first half and full game.
Yeah, I was thinking about that one as well. Of course, Ohio State is off of an ATS loss for the first time in a while. They had a run of ATS covers. This is the market uncertain here, and some money's actually coming in on Penn State. The first half -4.5, -110. That's at Pinnacle, and the full game -8.5, -110.
This is the problem with the thing. Robbie Taggart just came in and said Bates Diop is ill, might not play tonight.
Okay.
Shit.
So what do you want to do here? We can give you 4.5 in the first half, 8.5 on the full game.
Just give me. Do you mind talking about something else?
Yeah, we'll hold off while Jim does some thinking. And so this is what sports betting's all about, folks. You get late information, you don't know what to do, you're stressed out, you're fucked in the head, and you have to make a quick decision before the game goes off. That's what Jimmy the Bag is doing right now. You can watch him on video, live action here, as Jimmy the Bag stresses out and decides how he wants to process this new information, analyzes the new information, and decides how that affects his decision making. Watch as Jimmy the Bag thinks and processes information right in front of your eyes. Okay, and I will look to some other games. Nice to look over the chat box and see that a lot of people agreeing with the plays that I've given. People generally agreeing with Marist. People generally agreeing with the over in the Murray State and Moorhead State games. That's all nice to see. Let me see. Scanning over the card. What else was I'm telling you, I don't understand what the hell is up with this UT Arlington Georgia State total. I thought the over was a pretty good play there, and it is definitely headed down, which is very concerning. But I might double up on it and tell the market to go F itself. I might take the full game over, despite the fact that the total is headed down. I also do like the under in UTSA Middle Tennessee, although that line has moved significantly in my favor. It opened at 149. I think I got it at 147.5, and it's now down to a 145.5. Let's see. Bookmaker still has 147 -133. Hopefully I will not get burned by doing this, but I will take the UTSA Middle Tennessee under, despite the fact that I'm going to have to get a significantly worse number than the line that I bet it at. I could take 146 -110 or 146.5. I'll take just the 146 -110. That's annoying because it opened at 149 and I got it at 147.5. I will take UTSA Middle Tennessee under 146 -110. Jim, would you like me to discuss another game, or are you still thinking and watching and deciding what to do here?
Well, I've already sent this in, and I've already sent this in, so I feel like.
Well, you don't have to do anything really. Just you want to think a little bit more. You want to think a little bit more.
Okay. We'll come back to it.
Okay. Jim is continuing. Jim has had a bunch of minutes to process this new information. Still has not been able to figure out what he wants to do here, folks. This is live sports betting action, decision making in action, in front of your eyes, live on camera. We are watching. I wish we had Jim's brain hooked up right now to an MRI that we could show in the or no, not an MRI. What's a brain scan? The brain scan is a CAT scan in the or no, you can take an MRI of a brain, and that we could show in the corner as we could see all the little different parts of Jim's brain lighting up as he tries to process the new information that he has gotten and tries to figure out what the hell he wants to do with this Penn State line, because of course Ohio State was rolling ATS many games in a row. Their last game they won, but they were a little bit too big of a favorite. Our Ian Cameron said that look out for Ohio State to be a good bet going forward, and that of course has been the case. So Ohio State clearly a powerful team. Penn State clearly a side with a team with some issues. Not sure if they can match up with Ohio State here, and Jim is trying to decide whether he wants to take this one anyway, despite the news that Diop might be out. Jimmy the Bag, have you made a decision yet? No. Still no decision.
I can give another play, though.
Okay, why don't you give another play, Jimmy the Bag?
I'm on Eastern Washington tonight. North Dakota is an improving squad. North Dakota at Eastern Washington. They're an improving squad. They had impressive wins against Weber State and North Dakota State before losing to North Colorado in overtime. Eastern Washington went into North Dakota on New Year's Eve and smashed them by 13. Now, Jesse Hunt was a major factor in this game. Sorry, I was reading a thing. he played huge in this game, and he's been hurt for the last little while. But 6'8", 220-pound sophomore Mason Peatling has started being accountable on the boards. He got 10 versus Southern Utah last out. He was hurt when they last played North Dakota. Bogdan Blizniuk is the best player on the floor. He put up 29 the last time these teams met. North Dakota gets nothing from their bench. They have no size. This is a good game to use 7-foot, 240-pound senior Benes Grashunas. Now, I couldn't understand this line. And I spent the day asking people about it, trying to figure out why it would be at -5.5. And after the way they smashed them, and people just said North Dakota is playing much better of late. And that's the difference. And Eastern Washington doesn't have Jesse Hunt. Well, if that's the case, then I'm going to pound this thing and jump all over it. Now, I won't double up on it because Eastern Washington has been a little inconsistent without Jesse, but I like the spot, and I'm going to take it.
Okay, so you want
Full game.
Let's see. This game I did not have a chance to look at. Let me see. Okay, so you want Eastern Washington, right?
I do.
Okay, -5.5, -110 is the best line. Yeah, -5.5, -110. Jim's going to take Eastern Washington -5.5, -110. And you know what? I think I'm also going to take the first half under in that UTSA Middle Tennessee game as well. I'm going to have to take 69 -118, which is the best line, which is again a little bit worse than what I could have gotten, but I will take that one as well. First half under 69 -118 in UTSA Middle Tennessee. All right.
One of the guys I asked about the Eastern Washington game was Twadi Latte, and he put his system through and gave me a score, and he mentions this pick has Twadi juice on it.
Very, very nice. That's good news. Very nice to hear. Absolutely. All right. Lubricated by Twadi Latte's model, whatever he's got there going on in his spreadsheets. Okay, where are we? Should I give a play or should you give a play, Jim?
You give a play right now.
All right. Let me find. You still haven't made a decision on the Ohio State game, right? That's in parentheses on my sheet here. All right. Let me see what else do I want to give here. Let me just go down the 7 o'clock games. Siena Monmouth. That's probably going to be a pass. I would lean Siena getting that many points. Not totally sure Monmouth should be that big of a favorite, even against a team like Siena. The JMU NC Wilmington game, I was leaning under on that one, although that total has crashed. It's now down to 150, 151, 151.5. So maybe I will give that one the under in a JMU. NC Wilmington was a pick that I was leaning towards. Leaning towards Delaware as a home dog against Charleston. That's for sure. Thinking about the first half over in William & Mary Towson, although I just don't understand why that line got bet down. Morehead State, Murray State. I already gave the full game and the first half. Oh no, I only gave. Did I give the full game on the Murray State game or just the first half? No, and I gave the full game as well on that one. UT Arlington, Georgia State. Man, that total is just crashing, and I like the over. I don't understand it. Let's see. Texas State, Georgia Southern. Slightly into the over on that one. I understand that both these teams will be very low scoring, but I was thinking about a shot with the over on that one. Coastal Carolina under. Already gave that one. Cleveland State, Green Bay is interesting. And where is that one? The Youngstown State line. Also thinking about Youngstown. I mean, Milwaukee has just been an overvalued team this year. I've been fading them with some success recently in recent weeks and months. And once again, I'm thinking that Youngstown State getting 8 points just shouldn't be that big of a favorite at Milwaukee, and also leaning under on that one. Do you have anything about Youngstown State, Milwaukee, Jim?
No, but I figured that that would be a move you would make.
Yeah.
You've done well with Youngstown State covering big point spreads, but I didn't have enough time to hammer it.
All right, I'll take the under on this one just to start, even though Youngstown State can be higher scoring. I'm going to take the under in this one. It was 149 when it opened. I'll have to take now 148 -110. Youngstown State plus the points is definitely a lean, and that could lose, but I will take it. Youngstown State +8. I mean, I bet it, and let's find the best line here. +8 -109. That's a little borderline because at some point, Milwaukee should put together a decent game, but I'm going to take the under on this one and Youngstown State as
Max
well.
Smart's with you. He says, I'm with you, Peter. Go Youngstown State.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully it will happen. Slightly into UTEP getting 14.5 or 15 against UAB. UTEP has just been a little bit too big of an underdog recently, especially on the road as a big underdog. Louisiana Lafayette, actually, obviously a great team. Leaning over, leaning Lafayette minus the points. And my play on this one, though, was just on the Louisiana Lafayette team total over, which I got at 80.5. And I will throw that one on there as well. Louisiana Lafayette, just a juggernaut of a team. If they play good defense, the game probably goes under, and they cover by a mile. If they are a little bit lax on defense, the game probably goes over easily, and they might lose ATS. So I'm just going to take the Louisiana Lafayette, keeping it safe here. Team total over. I bet it at 80.5. Let's go to Heritage and see where that team total is right now. Probably it's still 80.5. Might be 80. Let me find it. Louisiana Lafayette. Let's find that line. Team total over, yeah, 80.5 minus 110, and I'll take that one. Louisiana Lafayette, team total over, 80.5 minus 110. Still going down the line here, and now we've hit the point where I stopped doing my research. All right, Jim. Anything else you want to hit us with, Jim?
I almost made a play on Pacific. I wanted to make a play on Pacific, but then know a couple guys that I really respect, including Twali Latte, that think San Francisco is the spot. Damon Stoudemire is Pacific playing better and better. They have a 4-game winning streak snapped by the now-ranked 16 St. Mary's Gales. 6'8", 220-pound Jack Williams went up against Jock Landale and held his own. This is a team on the rise. San Francisco's won just 5 of 12. Their second leading scorer and rebounder, Chase Foster, has missed the last 3 games, is expected back tonight. Their shooting percentage continues to fall. They're 32% from 3, 41% from the field, 70% from the foul line now. But San Francisco plays well at home, and when I knew other people were on San Francisco, I let this go, but man, I wanted to take Pacific and I let it go.
Okay, one other game that I didn't look at, the Nebraska-Omaha North Dakota State game. That's another game where I'm looking at overs here on that one. Let's see where those lines are right now. The Nebraska-Omaha North Dakota. Yeah, I mean that game, that total is getting bet up as I would have expected. Also leading Nebraska Omaha plus the points there. So I will start off giving wow, what the fuck is up with these first half totals? Some weird shit going on here, man. Look at this shit at Pinnacle right now. The under is 72.5 minus 149. Could this be a typo or a bad feed to Sportsbook Review, to the odds feed? That could be. Yeah, all right. I'm going to take the North Dakota State, second page here I'm going to have to use. I'm going to take the NEOM NDAC State, North Dakota State, first half over, and that will be 73 minus 125. That's the current best line at BetOnline, 73 minus 125. And I will also take the full game over on this one, which will be best line right now, 154.5 minus 110. That's the current line at UWager, 154.5 minus 110. And I also kind of like on Nebraska-Omaha, just to get a cover here, it's +9, and I will take that one +9 minus 110 as well. Nebraska-Omaha +9 minus 110. So those are 3 plays on that game. I also bet the Nebraska-Omaha team total over, but I will hold off on that one because I am tripling up on this game. All right, Jim, anything else you want to give here?
No, but we can talk. I'm going to not make an official pick on the Ohio State. It just makes no sense to do that. Yeah, that just makes no sense. Xing him out.
All right, let's review all the picks that we've given officially, and then we'll go look at some comments here. Jimmy the Bag has given Coastal Carolina under 149, Eastern Washington -5.5, UConn under 132.5, Hofstra first half -1, and full game -2.5, and that's it from Jimmy the Bag. I have given Coastal Carolina under 149, Youngstown State +8, which makes me a little bit nervous actually, but it's just I've been fading Milwaukee with success, and I think I'm going to do it again here. UConn under 132.5, Towson game over 154, Hofstra first half -1, and the money line for Hofstra on the full game -140. The Middle Tennessee State game, first half under 69 and the full game under 146. The Georgia State game, UT Arlington first half over 67 +100. Don't understand why that line is headed down, and it makes me nervous, but I'm going to give it anyway. Louisiana Lafayette team total over 80.5. Milwaukee under 148. Murray State first half over 66.5 and the full game over 141.5. And Marist Pick'em -106. I was also leaning under in that Marist game, and I believe that was another play that was endorsed by Native Queen, I believe. Let me just see where my I definitely like the under in that one. I will give that one the Marist game. Let me throw that one on. Let me see, where is that one? Under Marist 146 -105 current line at BetOn. 146.5 at UWager. I will take that one. The Marist game under 146.5 minus 110. That is the current line at UWager. And let me look at what the first half line would be on that Marist game, on that Marist total as well. Let me scan that one. The Marist first half under would be, 68.5, 69. Yep, I'm leaning that way. Wow, that first half total has exploded up. It opened at 65.5. It's now up to 69. All right, I'll just take the full game under on that one, 146.5. All right, Jimmy the Bag. Now let's look at some comments here. Let me just quickly scan some comments here. Ask Twate Latte says, I think I have 417 picks tonight. Yeah, there's a lot of picks I'm liking. Not sure if anything I'm really loving specifically, but okay. So Brian Watson says, anyone like UConn? Jimmy the Bag, you like the under on that one, as do I, but you don't really like UConn plus the points here, do you?
I don't. I can't trust them at all. And SMU's playing well even without Foster. Initially, I was hoping to take Connecticut. I think that after teams play a team like Villanova, there's a bounce in their next game. But I just can't trust them. So, no.
All right, I'm scanning down. Let's see, scanning down to for the comments here. Purdue, Michigan under first half. That's certainly an interesting game. We can look at that. Let's see. Scanning here, DJ 1000 Grant likes Middle Tennessee State first half. They are a very impressive team for sure. Let's see. Piratoon likes the Drexel game over and the NC Wilmington game under 151. I might add that one on there as well. Native Queen likes the Hofstra first half over and the full game over. Mutt Beast likes the over in that one. Scanning here, Payless Way likes the over in Hofstra. Okay. Ernest Huffman likes the over in Charleston, Delaware. I kind of like that one as well. Let's see. Scanning here. Scanning down the, Marist. Native Queen likes the Marist first half and under and the game under. Yep. I'm just going to take the full game under, but I would probably like the first half under as well. Let's see. Other comments here. I'm just scanning. Going down the comments here. Marist first half. Native Queen likes Marist first half. Maybe I should throw on Marist on the first half as well. Let's see. Scanning down these comments. Monmouth first half over. That's a Native Queen. Yep, and there you go. Payless Way likes the Nebraska Omaha game over, which I did just give. Conrado Mendoza likes Middle Tennessee. They've been good to the under. Yes, I took the under. I gave the under in Piratoon likes the over in NC Wilmington. I was leaning under on that one, but And McGogster says he leans over in the UTSA game. Yeah, I mean, UTSA can be a very high-scoring team. My sense is, though, that they'll play Middle Tennessee State's style of game here, and it will go under. But we'll see. It might not. Let's see. Other comments. Let's see. Belmont is an interesting one. Yes, Belmont probably should blow out Eastern Illinois. Not quite sure that I want to take them laying that many points. It might go down to the wire, which will be annoying. Let's see. Youngstown State. What? Funny comments coming in here.
There's Twatty Juice on the LMU Pepperdine under 149.5.
Okay, I did not. Yes, North Dakota State. Everyone's liking that one. Scanning. Yeah, Dirk Diggler. Fuck Loshak. Detroit Pistons fucked me last night. I thought it was a lock. Yeah, well, I had them on the first half on the full game, so I split on that one. There are no locks definitely no locks in the NBA. But if ever there was a spot for Detroit to have a good game, it was last night, and they didn't come through. So they might be the poor man's Cleveland Cavaliers, certainly from the same area of the country. Maybe there's the rich man's and the poor man's. Piratoon likes the Drexel and UNC Wilmington game over. Okay, and all right, and Dexter Rojas likes FAU +6. I was leaning that way as well. That's also a play that I was leaning, and Rojas likes the Middle Tennessee game under as well. And Matthew Stropes likes Florida International -1.5 against Rice. Yes, that was also a play that I was thinking about as well. I might add on all these. All right, Jimmy the Bag. What else would you like to say, Jim?
Well, Corey Lewis is asking about the Texas State Georgia Southern game. I like Texas State and wanted to move forward with them, but I just can't take them on the road to Georgia Southern. They have a lot of depth, Texas State. They have a 10-man rotation. They'd won 6 straight and fell on their face at home versus Louisiana, where they shot just 32.2% from the field and 23.1% from three. I expect them to shoot much better, and this won't have there won't be a lot of pressure on them. Georgia Southern is supposed to win this game. 6'8", 230-pounder Emmanuel King, 6'7", 215-pounder Alex Peacock, and 6'5", Nigel Pearson are the team's leading scorers and rebounders. and they play well together. They have length. They're comfortable together. Leading scorer Pearson went just 2 for 13 versus Louisiana, so I expect him to have a bounce-back game. But Georgia Southern point guard Tukey Brown is really good. 18.6 points, 4.2 assists. He will have his way. The Bobcats don't have a lot of distribution. They usually put Trey Lorenz, Nottingham at the point, and Tukey will run him. You know, Tukey will just take advantage of that. And then the Monte Glen will have a nice matchup with Emmanuel King. Monte Glen, Georgia Southern's big, 9.7 points, 8.8 boards, 6'8", 230-pounder. I wanted to take Texas State, but I just couldn't figure out a right play for it, Corey. So I'm not sure what your move is on that game, but I like Texas State moving forward, and when they have value, I'm going to take them, but I just couldn't pull the trigger here.
Okay, sounds good. I was definitely leaning Delaware. I guess you didn't look at that. And then, well, let's talk about the Michigan-Purdue game. Feels like Purdue minus the points is a good play anyway. What do you think, Jim?
Yes, it feels like they are, but I'm not going to take them. I mean, yes, Purdue keeps getting better and better. They have the number one scoring margin in the nation, 22.6. They have the third best three-point percentage in the nation at 44.7. They're 19th in the nation in scoring, 84.8 points per game. 9th in defense, allowing just 62.2. Their threes plus defense that Purdue delivers is very, very tough to play against. The last time we saw a perimeter-oriented team ranked among national leaders for adjusted defensive efficiency, it was Villanova in 2015-16. We know what they did. Purdue barely beat Michigan 70-69 when these two teams met at the Breslin Center. Michigan then went on to beat Michigan State in their next game. Wagner gives Haas trouble. He gets him out of his rhythm. He tries to keep him out in the perimeter. I just didn't see value here. I think it's a pretty sharp line, and I think Michigan can mess with Purdue a bit better than many other teams because of Wagner. And Purdue's bigs, they're not tough, big. I mean, they're tall, but they're not like big, tough guys. And when they lost those two early games, they were getting pushed around a little bit. And but obviously Michigan can't do that. Wagner's pretty light. But I think Michigan can cover, and I love Purdue, so I'm staying off of this game.
Okay, Jimmy the Bag. Let's see any other comments that are interesting here. As I decide what I want to do, I might double up on thinking about plays I'm thinking about adding would be like Marist on the first half. Thinking about throwing on Siena though, +9. I'm just not sure that Monmouth has that big of an edge over Siena. I mean, Monmouth has played a lot of road games. Now they're back home, so they might extend out to a nice big win here. But I don't know. I was leaning Siena. Marist on the first half. I was thinking about under an NC Wilmington game. I was thinking about Delaware +5.5. Thinking about adding on that one, and then again the over in the Texas Arlington Georgia State full game. Thinking about that one. Not sure why the total is crashing on that one. And then Florida Atlantic at +5.5 against North Texas is also a tempting play for me. And then UTEP, mildly tempting play there, +15 against UAB. All right, well we can move on to
well, we should touch on the Wichita State game just because it's such a big game. And also we have a comment from Emiliano Carrascosa. I am from Mexico. I watch your show every day. I love it.
Oh, thank you so much, Emiliano Carrascosa. We'll be able to have a lot more jokes and back and forths tomorrow when there are fewer games. Right now, Jim and I, our brains are in the process of frying after having processed the entire Wednesday and Thursday college basketball card. It all ends in a few hours, and then we'll have a brief respite before Monday picks up again. Thank you so much, Emiliano Carrascosa. What do you want to discuss here, Jim?
Well, we should touch on this Wichita State UCF game. UCF is a completely different animal all of a sudden. 7-6 Taco Fall, ruled out for the rest of the season with shoulder surgery, and now they have B.J. Taylor back, last year's leading scorer, put up 25 points in his second game of the season. UCF's 71-69 win over UCF. He put the 25 points up. That was their last game. That game came on the heels of losses at Connecticut and at home to Cincinnati. Wichita State won their first 5 games in the AAC before ugly losses to SMU and Houston. They dropped from 5th to 17th in the rankings. I think it's a bounce-back spot for Wichita State, but it's such a big spread, and I was very disappointed in how they played in those 2 games, and I need to see UCF and watch them play because they've completely changed their identity so quickly. So I decided to lay off that game.
Okay, you know what? I will throw on Marist on the first half. Why not? That'll be frustrating if they win the first half and then lose the game. So I will take Marist on the first half. Pick 'em minus 108. Pick 'em minus 108. That's the current line at Pinnacle. I will throw that one on there, and let me see what's up with that William & Mary Towson first half total. Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense. I will throw on the Towson first half over. Sure, what the hell. Towson first half over, and the line I will get will be 72.5 minus 115. That's the current line at Bet Online, sportsbetting.ag. Can't exactly explain why this line has gotten bet down, but I will take the first half over 72.5 on that one, minus 115. And then the UT Arlington Georgia State game, it's just a weird line move. I don't understand. It opened at 144 at Pinnacle, bet up to 146, and now coming back down to 144. Not quite sure what's up with that. It's 142.5 at Bookmaker, so obviously some big money at Bookmaker coming in on the under on that one. Just don't understand it. Just don't really understand it. The line movement in that one. All right, we should move on in a little bit, Jim. Pretty soon.
The only play I would mind talking about, I came very close to making again, was I came very close to taking Denver at home against Western Illinois, and I didn't because of Kobe Webster, the Leathernecks freshman point guard, is the real deal. 15.9 points, 4.3 assists. He runs the show there. Denver's coming off a tough 4-game road trip at 2-2. They have a nice inside-out game with 6'10", 245-pound senior Daniel Amigo, 15.8 points, 6.9 boards, and 6'3" guard Joe Rosca, 15.5 points, 4.5 boards, 2.8 assists. Western Illinois has had trouble on the road all year. They do have a big, who will have the Amigo assignment. They have 6'11", 235-pound junior Brandon Gilbeck, 12.9 points, 8.1 boards. I don't like taking these kids who have been on a road trip and then they come back at their first home game back. We know with the pros that they have all this shit to deal with when they come back from a road trip, so the kids must have that problem as well, and I don't like doing it, so I decided that Denver probably wasn't worth the points. Twatty ran it through his number system and had Denver winning by 6, and I believe the line is 7.5 or something right now. I decided to stay off of it.
Okay. All right. You know what else I will do? I will put on Delaware. What the hell? Delaware plus 5.5. That was a lean. I'll put that one on there. Plus 5.5 minus 102 currently at Pinnacle. Charleston playing a lot better, of course, and they might get a nice blowout win here, but I'm thinking more likely than not it's relatively close, and I will take a Delaware plus 5.5 minus 102, and then let's see, and then the NC Wilmington JMU game. Let's see what's up with that total. Yeah, that total is a lot of back and forth on where that total should be. It's now crashed from 156.5 all the way down to a 150 now. Wow. Yeah, I wish I'd gotten it at 156.5, and right now the best line would be 151.5, which is at the Greek. The Greek appears to have be holding tight, like in wanting over money. 151.5 at the Greek. Jimmy the Bag. Let me see. I'll take it. UNC Wilmington under just the full game, 151.5 minus 110. So there's another pick for me in college basketball. Now I guess we should move on, Jimmy the Bag.
Sure.
And all right. Should we review all the college picks that we've given once again for anyone who's just tuning in?
Yeah.
All right. Jimmy the Bag is taking Hofstra -1 first half, and the full game -2.5. UConn under 132.5. Eastern Washington -5.5, and Coastal Carolina under 149. I have made a whole bunch of picks here. I'm taking Marist, Pick'em, Coastal Carolina under 149. Youngstown State +8. UConn under 132.5. Murray State, Morehead State, first half over 66.5, and the full game over 141.5. Louisiana Lafayette, team total over 80.5. Georgia State, UT Arlington, first half over 67 plus 100. Milwaukee under 148. The Towson game over 154. Hofstra first half -1 and the full game money line -140. The Middle Tennessee game first half under 69 and the full game 146 on the under. And NC Wilmington under 151.5. Delaware +5.5. Marist game under 146.5. Marist first half pick'em. Towson first half over 72.5. NEOM North Dakota State first half over 73 and the full game over 154.5. And NEOM +9 to cover that line. All right, that's about it. Once again, if I have any more picks that I like enough to give publicly, I will tweet them out for the games for 8:30 and later, because I did not have time to look at any of those games. But I might tweet out some more picks on the games from 8:30, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, and 10:30, and 11 o'clock. All right, shall we move on? Jimmy the Bag.
We shall, but Dexter Rojas really wants you to take the over on the James Madison UNCW
Really?
game.
Dexter Rojas really likes that one, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, I know. Dexter, I was leaning under on that one. Not sure what to do. It's just one game. Dexter Rojas took the over. Dexter Rojas, let's do a little head-to-head here. Let's go a little head-to-head. Maybe it'll land right on 151 and we'll get a push or whatever. But let's go head-to-head. It's just one pick for me, Dexter Rojas. Yeah, very interesting. Let's Okay. All right. All right. Yes. JP Vay likes the Towson over. Yes. I did take the first half over, even though I don't understand the line movement on that one. Okay. So let's move on quickly to NBA. Let's see the line moves that the picks that we gave in the morning show. Wow. Yeah. I was suggesting that maybe a shot with the under in the Denver game might be worth the play. You took the over, didn't you, Jim?
I did.
All right. Well, that one's moved a little bit to the under. It's now 211, 211.5, or 212. Jim took 213. I was thinking the under might be worth a play. We also took the first half over, and I took the first quarter over in Washington, OKC. And let's see, that line has a slight move to the under on that one as well. We took 110. Now a few places have 109.5. And the Sacramento-Miami game, I took 10. I think you took it as well, Jim, right?
Yes, I did take Sacramento.
And it's now down to a 9.5, although I believe it was 9 right after the show, and now some money coming back in on Miami. So it has gotten bet up from 9 to 9.5, although Jim and I both took 10. And the Minnesota Golden State game is interesting. Do you have anything to say about any of these NBA games, Jim?
Nothing really has changed, in my opinion, although I've stayed away from the over, that it feels like everybody's on the over, Warriors, Timberwolves, and I've stayed off of it. I can see why people would like it. You know, especially with Butler out of the lineup, because Butler does help with the defensive intensity. So it makes sense. And we were curious about whether the line would change much.
It's gone down a little bit.
Yeah. I'm staying off of that play. It just, for some reason, it just doesn't feel right. But not enough so that I would take the under. So, you know, it's...
Yeah, I was going to give the first half over 118. That's now down to 117 or 117.5, but let's pass on that. And now let's move on to the massive NHL card where Jim and I have given a whole lot of picks here. Let's see. I don't even know where to start. What line moves have caught your eye that make you happy or sad, Jim?
Well, I'm very happy that Appleby is in the lineup. I think that's a great play. I really do. I don't mean just to fucking, you know, pat myself on the back, but and especially sometimes, you know, there's no guarantees in anything, but that line's shot way down. I mean, I got it at plus 231, and now, I mean, it's very difficult. Look at this, 205 at Bookmaker, 210 at Bet Online. I think that's a really nice spot. I like the Penguins. I like my puck lines a lot. The only plays when I look back that I'm a little uncomfortable with are the minus 123s and the minus 125s, but I've got the minus 123 on the over in the Caps-Panthers game.
Yeah, and that one actually has moved a little bit down now, actually pretty significantly. It's about a 10-cent move down. Now we could get 5 minus 112 at Bookmaker. Pinnacle has 5.5 minus 116. Okay, so a move to the under in Washington, Florida, and Jim and I both have the over on that one. We also took San Jose, and that has moved in our favor. That's now moved about 10 cents higher. It's now up into the minus 150s. Let's see what else. So what other lines did we hit here on this massive card? What other lines? I hit Montreal, and that one has we're right about where it was. Actually moved slightly in. A little money coming in on Carolina. The Boston game appears to be headed up a little bit. It's now into the minus upper 160s. Yeah,
that's interesting. I still am close to pulling the trigger on the Sens at that big number, and won't. They just can't be trusted. What line move with the Sabres Canucks?
The Sabres, the Buffalo, and Buffalo, Vancouver. What did we take? We took the over.
Plus
yes,
113.
That is right, exactly where it is. No movement at all on the total on that one.
And the Sharks minus 1.5. Got them at plus 210.
Yes, that's right. The Sharks line has moved in our favor. The Sharks line now at Pinnacle. Jim took the puck line at plus 210, and at Pinnacle that's now plus 190. So a big line move in our favor in our picks on San Jose, and. Yeah, I took a bunch of first period plays as well, and you know those lines tend to not move that much. I did take the Winnipeg Anaheim first period under, which hasn't moved at all, but I like that one. I took the first period under in Columbus, Arizona. Jim likes the full game under on that one, and I took the first period under in Colorado, St. Louis. I like that one too. Again, Carter Hutton playing for St. Louis, and he's playing very well. Right?
Carter Hutton is playing very well.
And St. Louis has been an over-trender recently, but on the year, they've been a very, very strong under-trender. And I think a lot of their overs was just Jake Allen suddenly started to shit the bed and not clean it up. Shit the bed, and they'd be like, don't worry, he'll clean it up. Then he'd come in the next night and double shit it. And they'd be like, dude, fucking double shit the bed. They'd be like, now he's going to clean it up. He came in a third night in a row and triple shit the bed. And then they started to bring in Carter Hutton. Carter Hutton started to play well. So I think that we might start to see some a return to some unders from St. Louis. And I took the first period under on that one going up against Colorado.
Yeah, I think you might be ahead of the market there for sure. 20 lattes on the Vegas puck line minus 1.5. I'm on that as well. It's a spot. I've been very hesitant to jump on this Golden Knights wagon while you guys have been all making so much money. I hope I don't fuck it up by jumping on it now, but I think this is a good spot against the Islanders. And
Hide and Seek says Loshak looks shot. Do I look shot? Do I look shot? I feel like I'm okay.
I'm fucking shot.
Yeah,
man. I barely slept.
Yeah, we're grinding through. We're grinding through. Yeah. All right. So let's see.
Mutt Beast is on the Red Wings -1.5 and +235. The 2 games, the Lightning Flyers and the Blackhawks Red Wings, I sit back and think, I'm thankful that I didn't make a play on them. Those are very tough games, and I can make legitimate arguments on either side. And whenever that is the spot, I stay off of it. Normel says Capitals is a good play tonight, guys. I think so too. But clearly, Harry Sateri can't be as bad as he looked in that game. He's got to look better.
He might pitch a shutout, Jim. What about that? I mean, anytime these guys are getting into the NHL, they have shutout potential, right?
No, I don't. No? I don't feel that way. No, I don't think. But I mean, he can play better. It's not him. I think that the Panthers can rally around him. That's why I'm happy that I have the over. So I think I've covered both sides there.
Let's see. JP Fahey likes OKC strong in the NBA on the first quarter. Let's see what that.
I'm happy that we're talking about that because Luke Charleston wanted us to touch on that a little more, and everybody finds it a very interesting game, as do I. And I tripled up on that game. And how is the line moved now? So I had the first half over 110 at -102.
Yeah, that one has a very slight move to the under. There's now 109.5s available, so a very, very tiny move to the under.
And the full game over 213.
Yeah, you took 213, and the full game here is yes. So actually, the full game's gone up a little bit. It's now 213.5, 214. Heritage 214.5. So that's gone up a little bit. I took the first quarter over at 55, and that one I could get 55 -110. Now I had to take -115. All right, so basically not much movement there.
And I'm on Thunder -4.5. I think this is a good spot for that line right now. Thunder won 5 in a row. They're 14-0 with the starting lineup of Westbrook, George, Anthony, Robertson, and Adams together. There was a little talk about whether or not they were completely healthy. I don't know if we've got more information about Patrick Patterson, but I was under the assumption that they were very healthy. 17-7 at home, and the Wizards are just a questionable team. A very questionable team that you can't be trusted, almost not quite to the extent of the Pistons, but they have no bench. They play Beal and Wall way too much. They get tired in the fourth quarter and play poorly. And so I don't like tripling up on any game, but I feel like this is a good spot.
All right, well, why don't we go back to college basketball a little bit? What do you think, Jim?
I'd love to.
All right, so that's it for NHL. We do have a few more minutes left in the show. Let's go to college basketball. Man, I just don't, this fucking UT Arlington, Georgia State total, 143. It was 142.5. All right, you know what? I will, God, I don't know. I just don't understand the movement, and I don't really agree with it. I will take it. I'll take it. Fuck it. I'll take Georgia State. UT Arlington, Georgia State. I'll double up on it. I already took the first half over, and I will throw on the full game over here as well. 143 -103. That's the current line at betonline sportsbetting.ag. So I'm doubling up on the over in UT Arlington, Georgia State. If I'm wrong on that one and the market line move is right, then I will eat 2 losses. All right. Hopefully it won't be a too disastrous of a day. All I'm looking is to come up a couple of units when I give 20 picks like this. And, let's see. What else? Go ahead.
This Ohio line is moving in Ohio State's direction.
Let's see. Ohio State. Where is that one?
It's moving in their direction. I mean, I just feel funny. I mean, I guess it makes sense not to do it when you're getting this kind of information. But, I mean, I've got fucking $400.
Yes, it is. There's no 8.5s There's no 8.5s anymore. It's now 9 or 9.5. Market wide.
So wouldn't that make you feel that Bates Diop will be in the lineup?
No, it would make me think that people are thinking that it doesn't matter and they like Ohio State to roll anyway.
Well, I don't like them. As I said, I think that Penn State's bigs are much softer than I thought they were after I watched them closer. But if Diop isn't there, Kate Bates Diop, they're in trouble.
Yeah, it could mean that he is.
Mutt B says, "Jimmy, take Buckeyes, don't be a pussy."
Yeah, there you go. I wonder what Mutt B. I have Mutt B's voice in my head. He's like, Jimmy, take the Buckeyes, don't be a pussy. Or maybe even less. Maybe he's like, Jimmy, take Buckeyes, don't be a pussy. Yeah, Mutt Beast. Love that guy. All right. Let's see. Espiritualate says, well, that's stupid. What does that mean? Yeah. Spiritual Latte certainly has a little bit of an IQ thing going on here. Not kind of a sharp guy, Spiritual Latte, and he certainly is amused by the lower IQ commenters in his opinion. And I think Spiritual Latte maybe looks down a little bit on Mutt Beast and his expressions.
Bates Diop is warming up. Looks like he will play. Thank you, Robbie. And well, first off, you know what Twatty Latte called us at the end of his last show? He said, thanks, Sonny and Cher.
Sonny and Cher. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, not bad. Oh, Bates is playing. Everyone's saying Bates is playing.
Okay. Yeah. Double me up.
All right. Okay. Here we go. It's funny. Yeah, I agree. Mutt Beast says, Jimmy, take Buckeyes. Don't be a pussy. All right. Good. Thank you very much for that. Exhortation of an encouragement there, Mutt Beast. Let's see. The best line right now, Ohio State. Let's find it. 9 minus 109. That's the current line at Pinnacle. Ohio State minus 9 minus 109, and you want the first half as well.
I do.
All right, let's find it. Let's find the best line. It was 4.5 before. Let's see if any 4.5s are still available. 4.5 minus 113 at Pinnacle, and the first half minus 4.5 minus 113 at Pinnacle.
Sorry, do you mind just saying that one more time? I missed that. So it was minus 9
minus 109, and the first half is 4.5 minus 113.
Thank you.
Okay. All right.
Oh, that's nice. And Robbie, thank you so much for giving me that information last minute. Oh, Kyle Fergus, who I'm so happy he's back in action, a friend of ours from Portland. He said, Luke Charleston says, get it, Sonny. Kyle Fergus says, what do you think about UConn +6 tonight at home against SMU? We talked about that game quite a bit, and I just can't trust UConn, and I wanted to. And I thought that game against Villanova wasn't as bad as it looked. Right. I know it was 39-18 after the first half, but Connecticut was slowing down Villanova a little bit in the beginning, and then they kind of let it all slip. I think that SMU, I just couldn't. I can make a realistic argument for each side and left it alone. I'm curious to see how SMU handles Foster injury. We always say that teams play good that first game and then it starts falling apart in that second game, and this is that second game without Foster. But in saying that, I'm on the under 132.5, and I'm going to leave it at that.
Okay. All right. Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, that was that was an awesome comment. Just a classic Mutt Beast comment right there. I love it. Laughing at it every time I look at it. Jimmy, take Buckeyes. Don't be a pussy. Yes. Just put it. Does not waste. I like that. So many people are just like, they talk for 2 hours, and you're like, you could have just said everything you had to say in 15 fucking seconds. And Mutt Beast does not waste words.
Leave it to our man.
Very efficient, right? Every word has a purpose, and not one extraneous word from Mutt Beast. I love that. I love Mutt Beast as a commenter here. And we are going to take, Jim is going to take Ohio State minus 4.5 first half and minus 9 full game. I've given a whole shit ton of college basketball picks, some liking more than others. Obviously, in college basketball, anything is possible. Anytime you have a pick that you like that's like under 146, it can go up to the 160s or 170s. Anything possible in college basketball. But I'm thinking that overall, with all my picks here, I'm expecting to come out up a couple units, by the end of the day, and that's all I really would expect from any card like this, Jimmy the Bag.
I hear you. We had a good day yesterday, and we have a very enjoyable day tomorrow, so we can have some fun on the show. And, no NHL after tonight, as all the games all the teams are playing. So get a little bit of a break, and we'll be able to cap every single game in its entirety tomorrow. That's right.
Sounds good. Thanks once again, everyone, and we'll be back tomorrow at 12 o'clock Eastern Time.